prosper in all the areas that you desire to prosper. Wishing you nothing but healing and rejuvenation on this refreshing, breezy Monday morning. Blessings, love, and prosperity always. Listen. I don't know if you could see Mr. Hanson running across at the end of the field. It's windy, super windy, so our birds are quiet. They are in covering, and that's just something that the Most High God was ministering unto me, that everything has been given a home, a layer and layers of protection. The birds, their feathers, they have their nests and they lay and they tuck in. The dogs, they have their fur. Everything have a covering, a turtle. Your shell, that is your home. Humans, our skin is our covering, our muscles. And then we also have the armor of words, so of mind. So we are so strong, right? This is our home, our body, our vessel is our home. It's our covering. Regardless if we seek additional covering, we were created to be covered. Now I hear the birds. They're not as loud this morning. That's something I used to pay attention to when I was a child. The colder it is, the windier it is. They're more quiet, they're resting, but when it's nice and sunny and oh yeah, they're singing like like a pop song. And it's just a blessing to see, how nature operates, and to see it's always a time for something. It's a time for laughter, it's a time for crying, it's a time for sadness, it's a time for joy. It's a time for everything. Everything has a season. It's a time for apples, it's a time for peaches. Everything was not meant to be consumed in the same season. You have to give your body, your mind, your system, your nervous system time to receive something and also to recuperate. That's why sometimes I often, disagree with others when they're forcing people. You should be healed. You should be healed from this. Healing is a constant daily thing. Healing takes time. It's like people telling you, are you saved? Have you accepted? People have not realized, the same person asking this question have not realized that each and every day you get up, you choose to do the right thing, is you accepting Jesus. You could be a Christian all your life and don't know Jesus and think that you are saved and you're not saved, because your lifestyle dictates, your lifestyle shows in abundance that you clearly do not know the Jesus of the Bible, not the Jesus that man put in society, but the Jesus that actually walked and showed people how to love and be loved and how to treat your friend, your family, your enemies. That Jesus, that Yahusha, that one, if you're following that example, your life should be a replica of that. Your life should not be laden with sickness and disease. When was Jesus like sick and laden with diseases? No, you're not following. You're following the idea. You're following the idolization of God. Idolatry is what you're actually in. Truly not following the works and the example that soul left. Because if you were, you would have been in a better place spiritually, emotionally, and psychologically. Then as a result of you seeing spiritually and being healed, delivered, and truly saved, then you would actually see that those things creates wisdom and understanding, and as a result it gives you all the riches in the world. That is why Shalom, the beloved, was one of the wisest men that lived. People think, oh, he just prayed and one time and that God gave all that to him. No, he was watching his fathers for years. He was watching his father David for years. He was shadowing him. He was mentoring him. Because out of all his sons, he chose him to carry the seeker. He saw his heart. It wasn't that something that just happened overnight. And we got to stop believing in a fairy tale kind of life, because it cheats you out of truly living and prospering. So the beloved, greatest man, he watched his father. He was mentored by his father. And then he also took off where his father left. He did not have to start from scratch. His father took him as further as he could go. Then he passed the baton. Then he handed him the keys, literally, to the kingdom, and said, you are my son, you will rule. However he said it, I'm paraphrasing. But he didn't just show up and like, I prayed and God answered that. Yeah, that was his heart desire, and he did the work to get that, to become a wise king, a king loaded with discernment. That was a practice. He had to sit with God. He had to meditate. He had to practice being a just king daily in order for him to become a righteous king that people know him to be. And then because of his wisdom, people traveled the world to come see him. And that's how he gained all his riches outside of what his father left him. Solomon was rich beyond measure. He was rich first, and that's what we miss. He was rich in wisdom. He was wealthy in wisdom because he had the heart. And his father saw that, and his father nurtured his gifts. And that's what some of us have to do. We have children, and we are not nurturing their gifts, but we want them to be successful. We want them to be this and that, but we don't even know what their gifts are. You're not being a good parent if you do not know, if you do not see. What is your child good at? You don't have to call it gift. What is your child navigating to? Because we all have gifts. When people say my child is gifted, they're not saying that your child is not gifted. They're talking about their child. So we have to learn how to remove that jealous spirit and go heal. Not because I'm saying my child is gifted, indirectly I'm saying yours is not. I'm speaking of my child, therefore I'm going to speak of my child. When you're speaking of your child, you're supposed to speak highly if they're doing highly. Right? Okay. So, his father nurtured that gift. And then that gift grew to be the Solomon we heard about. It wasn't something just random. It wasn't a random prayer, a random act of grace that, the divine stood on. No. The Most High God is just. Whatever you desire, it will be given unto. He desired to be ruled rightly, uprightly. Therefore, he did the work. And he prayed to receive that. Also doing the work. And his parents are also responsible. It wasn't just him doing it by himself. And sometimes that's what we want to believe. It's a selfish nature. You have not done and will not do anything by yourself. God put people around you, have used people, whether righteously or unrighteously, to become and to get to the place that you are now. So let's not be prideful. Lower your pride. Put it on the ground and look up, because you need to see. I hope this helped and bless someone, because I didn't plan to speak about it. So much love, blessing, and prosperity. Mwah. Love.